All Century 21 real estate offices are independently owned and operated.
This is the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. Good morning. I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker, and with my husband, fellow realtor, Pat Devaney.
Good morning,
How's
Jackie.
it going, Pat?
Very good. How are you? I'm doing good. We come here in different cars. People say, why do you ask? I say, because we don't see each other in the morning.
Well, you want to let the listener know
Yes.
how wonderful we are doing today, right?
Yes.
We're excellent.
Yes.
All right. We have with us for the second week in a row, Bill Notoriani, owner of Electric City Solar Company. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys this morning?
Great. How are you doing?
We're doing great.
Thanks for coming back. We're here every Saturday at 11 a.m., Sunday at 11:30 a.m., where we review real estate topics. We have a full-time real estate office with many relentless realtors who've been guiding, assisting, and advising clients in real estate matters for 50-plus years.
During the week, feel free to email us with any questions you have at questions@jruddy.com. That's questions@jruddy.com. Or you can give us a call at 570-344-6724. And when you go to jruddy.com, click on the webcam tab and see what's going on at Dunmore Corners.
View our listings, search the MLS listings, and listen to archive radio shows by going to mobile-friendly jruddy.com, jruddy.com, where we also have all the popular podcast apps that we feature the radio show on. And don't forget about social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. Okay, Bill Notoriani, owner of Electric City Solar Company. Your tagline, running on sunshine.
That's what we love to do.
Yes. How about manufacturing sunshine?
That's
If
all
we
you
could,
know.
we would.
All right. Who are you? What do you do? And where do you do it, please?
My name is Bill Notoriani. I own Electric City Solar here in Dunmore, PA. And we install residential and commercial solar in all of Northeast PA.
Nice. You just moved to Dunmore.
Yes, we did.
You had an office in Moscow.
Yes, we did.
And so we're happy to have you in the neighborhood. And you're right next to the police station, if anybody wants to know where you are. Across from Turkey Hill, next to the Dunmore Police Station. That's a nice spot to be.
Yeah, we're loving being in Dunmore.
Yeah.
It's been great.
And you sit high on the hill. You look down on the rest of us as we're traveling by
And
every
listen to
day.
the
Yeah.
ambulances go up and down the street.
Okay. All right. How long you doing what you do?
This summer will be 8 years, which makes me an OG in solar.
OG.
All right. We had a great discussion regarding solar last week, types of properties and types of solar panels that you install. And, we want to continue our discussion because I don't think a lot of people take advantage of it. It seems to be a lot more popular in neighboring states than it is in Pennsylvania, but it is gaining in popularity.
Absolutely. If you get to states like Jersey, where the state was much more involved in trying to get solar going, solar is big in New Jersey. Pennsylvania, you have to remember, Pennsylvania was always a coal state, was run by the coal mines. Now it's quickly become a gas state. So solar is
On the back burner.
A back burner to it. But we're definitely seeing it coming along. And we're seeing, in my time doing solar, now I see people kind of understanding slightly what it's all about, more intrigued to find out more about whether it works for them or not. Solar isn't for everybody, and it doesn't fit everybody's scenario. If you have too many trees around your home, it doesn't work.
And it's an individual thing, so you have to take property by property.
Property by property.
All right. But 121,000 homes in Pennsylvania have solar energy, and solar panels homes with solar panels sell 20% faster than non-solar homes. I wonder about the sales price. I mean, I don't have figures on that.
Yeah, Zillow has done many studies, and they have found that it adds 4.1% to the value of your home.
Wow. That way, and I'm not getting an electric bill.
And you have a zero electric bill.
Right.
And that's why it adds value, because the person buying the home, it could have no electric bill or have an electric bill that would be smaller than they would have had if they didn't buy the home with solar panels on it. So that's what raises the value of the home.
So if I have a home I'm going to sell and I maybe 5 years ago, have a loan. I did solar and I have a loan and I'm financing it. What happens? Do I have to pay it all off?
No, you have a couple different options. With our companies, you could pay it all off if you want. There's no early termination fee or anything like that. And then add whatever the owner of the house would pay it off, and they could add that money to the sale price of the home. Or you could actually, the homeowner could come in and buy the home and take over the existing loan. So
they're transferable.
Transferable. Loan is transferable throughout the length of the loan.
And you said a lot of these homes, it's even when you're paying off the loan, you still come out with zero cost per month overall.
Because it would be the old homeowner would have paid it off, so you'd have no electric bill when you bought the home, or your electric bill would be smaller because the homeowner bought this 5 years ago and locked it in at that price, a fixed price, at 5 years ago's electric rates. And electricity, everybody knows how much electricity has gone up in the last year and a half or 2 years. I mean, it's almost 100% in the last year or two. So this locks that price in, and you're gonna have a fixed loan for the remainder of the loan. You'll just pick up right where he left off.
Oh.
Interesting. So how about when the power goes out? What happens to the lights in the home? Because you have solar, do the lights stay on?
That's a great question. So, and everybody asks me that question. But the way it works is that in net metering, that's when the solar is taken from DC to AC, comes into the home and used, and then the extra electricity goes back out through the meter. That's called net metering. So when that electricity is going back out to the meter, through the meter, back out to through the grid, if the power is out, somebody's out there fixing that electricity, and they're on the pole. So that electricity is coming at them. So what has to happen is we have to have an automatic shutoff put on your solar system so that the electricity can't go back out and injure. It's a safety thing, injure anybody that's working the poles. So you do lose your power during an outage. The way around that is to get a battery, and then it circulates through the home and it shuts off the power going back out through, but you're using your battery as a backup.
Understood. Okay.
You were talking about that when you generate excess electricity, it goes back into the system and you get a credit. Are there any towns or
power companies,
utilities that don't allow this?
The only one I know of around here is Blakely Electric. So if you have Blakely Electric, they don't let you do that net metering that I was just talking about. So you could put solar on, use it during the day, and not buy from Blakely Electric. But at night, you'd have to buy from Blakely Electric. The only way around that would be to put a battery in your property so that at night, instead of buying from Blakely Electric, you're just using up your battery power during the night.
So your excess, your reserve.
Your reserve.
You're always using that.
Yes.
Okay. So for any listener that didn't tune in last week that's confused by this discussion, you were talking about a 10% buyback from...
On extra electricity.
On extra that's generated from the solar panels.
Yes. So anything over... So you have your last year's usage. So anything... You have up to 10% of extra electricity and you could make. And PPL will buy that. But if you make more than the 10%, PPL just doesn't buy that back from you. They only buy up to 10% back.
All
so
right.
when we build our systems, we build them to 105, 106%.
I see. So I can't be generating twice what I'm using and be making all kinds of money because I have a house full of solar panels.
No, it wouldn't be worth it to you.
Right. Okay.
And no, PPL doesn't want a bunch of solar farms out there.
Aha. Now we get it.
That's right. See,
All
I
right.
read your mind there.
All right. How about solar panels, the size? Do they come in different sizes, makes and models, one size fits all?
No, they come in a bunch of different sizes. They're all, the ones that we use are all black on black panels. They don't have, if you see panels with the white bus bars in it or the white triangles in it, they're older solar panels, but all solar panels now are black on black. And so they got black trim, black panels, so they look really sleek on somebody's home. They do come in different sizes depending on the wattage of the solar panel. So most panels that we use are about 40 inches wide, and they're 5.5 feet tall, so 66 inches tall. And the higher the wattage, the longer the panel is.
And where are these panels made? Are they?
They're made. The ones that we use
Right.
are made in Georgia, and they're made in Seattle area, the Great Northwest, and we get them through a supplier here in Stroudsburg.
Right. See, I think of solar panels. I think of a big ship from China coming over with a bunch of panels and dumping them off. China.
No, we don't use China's. We only use tier 1 bankable panels.
That's great to know.
And the beautiful thing is, we were talking about it last week, is you said that it only loses 0.5% every year of its generating capability.
Yeah, the degradation is 0.5% a year. So after 25 years, like the one panel that we're using, they're guaranteed to make 86.7% of what they're making on day one after 25 years.
25 years. I hope I'm around in 25 years to see if that guarantee works.
I hope you're on the radio 25 years.
I don't think so.
That's a nice thought. Well, every year I have my windows cleaned inside and out. Do I have to do that with my solar panels do they lose any kind of efficiency because they have?
So I don't have to get up there with a bottle of Windex cleaning off 10,000 square feet of solar panels? No, I don't have to do that?
No. When we design it, there is that factor that we put in there, the soilage factor, and that is all accounted for. But you do not need to get up there and do that. The wind, the rain in this area, the snow in this area does keep the panels clean. One thing I can tell you, though, is we never recommend people going up on their roof in the wintertime and taking the snow off the panels. They're black panels. They will melt really fast. They will come off really fast. As soon as that snow comes off of it, they click back on their own, and they start operating again on their own.
Well, they could damage the panels, right?
They could damage the panels, and they can hurt themselves.
Right.
And they're designed and programmed to just operate seamlessly. That's the beauty of solar. Solar, we put it up there, and you forget about it. The first year, people will be looking at their app, and they'll be seeing how much they make. But after a while, they don't even think about it. Solar just operates, it does its thing, and you don't even think about it.
That's what I love about solar. There's no moving parts.
There's no moving parts.
There's nothing to wear out.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Do homeowners associations allow solar panels? Because they have a lot of restrictions, rules, regulations.
They could try, but they can't.
No?
Nope. That's the one thing the homeowners association can't regulate. They have to allow it, but they'll try.
Yeah, there's a resistance in certain areas, you find?
Certain areas.
Okay.
Some of these little areas in the Poconos, they try, but they can't. It's against the law for them to stop us from putting solar panels on any roof. It's
Good.
the trees that stop us.
It's the
Right,
trees.
it's the trees. So if you're surrounded by trees, solar may not be for you, but it shouldn't prevent them from calling you and having you come out, right?
Absolutely not. So we would love for us to call. We could take a look at it. And that's what we do. Everybody says, well, I don't want to bother you. That's what we do for a living. We come out to your home. We fully explain to you how solar works, because most people don't know. Then we take a look at your house. We use that Aurora tour that we talked about last week.
And briefly summarize that.
We design, we can look down from the sky, and we could see your home, and we could put panels on your roof and virtually, and we could simulate it and tell you exactly how much that those panels are going to produce on your roof on a yearly basis. So if let's say we build a 10,000 kilowatt system, and it only makes 7,000 kilowatts, you're not a candidate for solar, because I won't sell to you, because you're buying 10, but you're only getting 7. But if we make 10,000 kilowatts and a 10 kW system, and it produces 10,000 kilowatts or 11 or 12, now you're a candidate for solar. But we need to come on out there and do the design
and
for you.
determine if it's worth it for
Correct.
the customer.
Correct.
Bill Notoriani, owner of Electric City Solar Company. How does someone get in touch with you, please?
Oh, okay. You could call us at 570-707-6527. That's 707-70-SOLAR. Good, huh?
Very good. I love it.
Or you could email us at info@electricitysolarco.com.
Online.
Or online, go to www.electricitysolarco.com.
Thank you, Bill. Pat?
Yes, we have a 3-unit. It's at 527-531 Larch Street in Dunmore for $319,000. This townhouse-style building has 3 two-bedroom apartments. This building is in very good condition, and it was totally remodeled less than 10 years ago with new boiler, plumbing, and electric. It's very low maintenance with positive income and separate utilities. There's off-street parking, front porches, and a fenced-in rear yard. Also, the taxes are very low, and it's less than $1,900 a year. That's a 3-unit at 527-531 Larch Street in Dunmore for $319,000, and that's listed by Jessica Ruddy of our office.
It's sponsor appreciation time. My sponsor this week is Disaster Blaster. Thank you. When disaster strikes, Northeastern Pennsylvania trusts Disaster Blaster to make things right. From water damage like broken pipes and roof leaks to mold problems, basement waterproofing, radon mitigation, and more, Disaster Blaster offers the most services in the indoor environmental industry and is always there to help people. Disaster Blaster serves the Northeast PA area. Don't hesitate to call Disaster Blaster at 570-963-1123 or visit their website, www.disasterblaster.com.
We almost need a disaster blaster. We had an inline water filter under the kitchen sink, and it exploded the other day. And I'm in the basement, and I hear the water running. I'm like, what the hell is that? And I go upstairs, and it's like a waterfall coming from underneath the kitchen sink for no reason. Thank God I was home.
Imagine if you weren't at home.
Oh, then we'd need disaster blaster.
We would have needed disaster
It would have been a
blaster.
disaster.
It would have flooded our whole first
floor. Would have been
floor.
terrible.
Yeah, so,
They're a good name to have.
very good. Stay with the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker. We'll be back after a very brief break. In your past real estate experiences, did you find most agents were mediocre? At Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate, we defy mediocrity by being relentless. Don't settle for average. Contact the Relentless at Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. We have an excellent track record of serving the community for 50 plus years. Call 570-344-6724 or visit jruddy.com. That's jruddy.com. Thanks for tuning in to the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker. I'm Jackie Ruddy, in with Pat Devaney, my husband, fellow realtor.
And we're back running on sunshine.
Running on sunshine, Bill Notoriani, owner of Electric City Solar Company. Thank you for 2 weeks of fabulous discussion. We're talking about solar, and solar is a reliable energy source, and it benefits the environment. How about warranties?
Well, warranties, the panels manufacturers themselves offer a 25-year warranty. What we offer is a 5-year workmanship warranty on the job. So if there's any leakage or anything that goes wrong, we cover it for 5 years. But we also offer an on-top third-party company to come on in. They monitor your system. We also monitor your system too, but they also monitor. If something should go wrong, they will roll a truck to your house. They'll see it. They'll roll a truck. And they also offer a production guarantee. So after 2 months of you being operational, we're going to give you a number. And if it doesn't reach that number, then the third-party company will pay you for the kilowatts that you were short. where that would come into effect is if we had a year with a lot of snow or a year that's really cloudy and rainy, and you just didn't produce what we expected you to produce, because everything we do is on averages. So, so we're only one. There's only 2 companies in the state of Pennsylvania that offer this service. It's called Amidian, and we're very proud to offer it to all our customers for this year, starting this year.
Well, when I think of a solar company, I think that I have to call somebody from California to come in here to put in solar panels. And there's a guy right here on Blakely Street, right in Dunmore that does it.
That is what I tell all my customers. I mean, if I give you my business card, right? I'm selling you the solar system. I give you my business card. On my business card is my personal cell number. I only have one phone. And so the owner of the company, you could get a hold of them if you have a problem. Where if you buy from somebody out of state or way out of town or from California, I said, you can't get them. You're not dealing with somebody local that's going to respond to you. And we pride ourselves. We have a 5-star rating on Google, and we pride ourselves in making sure that we service all our customers to the max.
I tell people when they're getting a mortgage, I say, deal with a local bank. I say, get a local guy, get the number of somebody over at whatever bank it is, and have someone have a contact that you can call. Because if you have this big, I'm not going to mention any names, corporation, and you have a problem, who do you call? You got to get in a queue and wait a half hour until somebody gets back to you?
Somebody that gets back to you doesn't understand, and you're not talking to the correct person, but they will gladly transfer you to another department and another person that will be able to assist you. Then you repeat what you need to that person, who then tells you oh, no, I'm not the person. You need to talk to somebody else, and round you go.
Oh, okay. I can see you've read my mind and you understand exactly what I'm saying. It's terrible. There's nothing like dealing with a local business when you can put a face to it.
Yes. And there's a lot of benefits to going solar. So let's recap. Why go solar?
I always tell my customers, the biggest, most important reason to go solar is that you're fixing a variable cost. You are always going to buy electricity, all right? And if whatever they tell you you're going to pay, you're going to pay it. Whether you like it or not, you're going to pay it. But when you go solar, you're taking that into your own hands. And you're saying to the solar company, the heck with you, I'm going to make my own solar, my own electricity off of my roof, and I know what it's going to cost me every single month. And I'm taking charge. And you never have to worry about a price increase, because if you finance it, the loan is a fixed loan for the length of the loan. We got 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20, and 25-year loans.
That are transferable.
That are transferable to the new homeowner if you decide to sell your home, with a one-page document that you sign, and it's transferred.
And no prepayment penalties.
That's
good.
Yep. That's why a lot of customers, and I tell everybody, that is the biggest reason why you should go solar, if you can. It's going to save you money over the length, and we're going to show you how much it's going to save. It's thousands and thousands of dollars over 25 years for something you have to buy that you're going to save by going solar.
So then the system pays for itself eventually.
The system pays for itself eventually, is absolutely correct. And it increases the value of your home. You're getting a tax credit. So you're going to get a 30% federal tax credit for going solar. When can you ever do a home improvement project and the government say, here's 30% of it paid back to you?
So it's not going to be a deduction. It's a tax credit. They actually give you the money?
No, it's a deduction. It's a tax credit, but it's a deduction on what you pay into federal taxes.
Okay.
And if you can't take advantage of the entire tax credit in 1 year because you don't make enough or whatever, you have forever to get it back.
So it'll roll over to the next year. Okay.
Yeah, and the next year and the next year until you use it all up.
And accelerated depreciation?
That is for commercial. So whatever the job costs, you're going to take 85% of it, and you can accelerate 85% of that job in depreciation in year one.
Okay.
So that's just one of the benefits.
Okay. What are the other?
You're going to get homeowners, and we talked about the federal getting 30%. The homeowners are going to get another thing called an SRAC, a solar renewable energy credit. So what an SRAC is, for every 1,000 kilowatts you make, you get one SRAC a year for 15 years. Those SRACs trade on the open market. Right now, they're trading at $46. So let's say you made 10,000 kilowatts last year. You're going to get 10 SRACs. You're going to get a check from the SRAC company for $460. It's basically free money. We set you up with an SRAC broker. We set you up with the account. We pay for the account. Then all you need to do is tell the SRAC broker, please sell my SRACs, keep your SRACs, and you'll get a check for them. And you'll get that as a commercial or as a residential homeowner, get that same SRAC. It's not free money from the state. A lot of people think, well, the state's just writing me a check. It's not. There's two revenue sources that it comes from. The first one is a big company in the state wants to be carbon neutral. So they don't make their own green energy. So what they do is they buy SRECs. They buy your electricity and they buy your green energy, and then they use that to offset their dirty electricity. But the big one is all utilities. Every utility needs to get 0.5% of their electricity from green sources. So they're the biggest buyer of SRECs. And that's why utilities do not mind people going green, because they need to get 0.5% of the total electricity that they buy from green sources. That's what drives the price. That's what drives the money so that you can get paid. SRECs have only been going up in price. When I first started in the business, they were $14, $15. 2 months ago, they were $43.
Wow.
Now they're $46. So they are going up in price. So, but that's something that when we're there, we explain to you how it all works. We set you up with an SREC broker, just like your 401k or whatever. It's just another revenue stream.
Well, I find that a lot of times people like to call us on the phone and ask us what their home is worth. And so we have to provide that value to them so they think over the phone without going out to see their property. Is that something that if someone called you, you would be able to tell them what they would be looking at in terms of how many solar panels and what you can do for them? Or do you have to go to the property?
Yeah, we like to go to the property. We could see it from the sky, but we really like to go out and visually see, because properties cut down a tree, properties change, and every property is absolutely different. So we like to go on out there. That's what we do for a living. Send one of the salesmen, send myself out to look at a house, really explain to people how it works.
And you're not going to sell it to somebody where it's not going to work.
Absolutely not. We have a reputation that we want to uphold. I am not going to sell something that I don't feel works for the customer.
Great talking to you, Bill. Bill Naturiani, owner of Electric City Solar Company. How does someone get in touch with you, please?
You call us at 570-707-6527. That's 570-70-SOLAR. Or you could get us at info@electricitysolarco.com, or check us out on our brand new website, updated website at www.electricitysolarco.com.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you, guys.
Pat?
It was a pleasure.
Glad you came.
Likewise.
Yes. We have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home at 3718 Wylam Avenue in Music for only $139,000. This home, it needs some TLC, but this ranch-style home has so much potential for the right buyer. The home has hardwood floors, a finished basement, ductless air conditioning, and it's in a great location. That's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath ranch-style home in need of a little TLC at 3718 Wylam Avenue in Music for only $139,000, and that's listed by Nicole Clark of our office.
Remember to join us next Saturday at 11 a.m., Sunday at 11:30 a.m. to more Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 The Talker.